Good evening, my darlings. How are you doing this fine evening? Oops. Oops. Tried switching to the wrong one. My bad. Sorry about that. Well, tonight we've got a lot of mini games to get through, I guess. Um, Hopefully this is gonna be the last day that we work on this, but I'm not sure. We got a lot of stuff to do. So it might continue into tomorrow. But one thing that I know is going to happen is we're going to get this Star Omen. Which is pretty cool. It's pretty easy, pretty cheesy. Let's do this! Roger that. Vesper, put your best talent forward. Follow the honorary knight's instructions carefully. Sorry, I lost the voice that I was gonna be using for her. Yeah, I think a different voice would have made more sense, but okay. After obtaining the Cyclone Shield, multiple wind vortexes will be created around the Falcon, dealing damage to any monstrous bullets and targets they come in contact with. Oh boy. That's a chunky one. Is that based on the electro-hypostasis? Ooh, almost missed a couple. Phase 1 completed. Well, we're back here already. But there's a warning signal up ahead. I think we're about to face a powerful enemy. That was the wrong voice to use. Top down. Oh boy. Yeah, that's the electro-hypostasis. Ah, dang it. Oh, seriously? Coward! Did I get hit? No. Okay. He left to get friends. And those friends did not help him. Oh boy. Hello. Oh. It's reversed. I got that, thanks. Figured it out. Oh boy. Ah! Analysis paralysis. He who hesitates is lost. Chuli's perfect return. Okay. Got gold. Not quite perfect. I did miss a few enemies. But it's good enough for gold. After obtaining Linear Strike, the Falcon's alchemical backpack will be charged. When actively released, it will deal damage to monstrous bullets and targets in a straight line ahead. Oh, so this is a bomb. Operating in the air over such a cold region. Must be a challenge for Vesper as well, right? At least my inputs are no longer reversed. Whew. Also, we did get hit last time, and I'm not sure if that counts against us. This is actually really cool. Would get hit in those situations. Mobile players. Mobile players, yeah. We consider how easy mode some of these things are. We do have to consider mobile players. The pain they must endure. We can have an easier time. Why I didn't clear Spiral Abyss for a few months is because I could only play Genshin on my phone, and yeah, I was not about to try doing the Abyss. Brilliant breakthrough! Altitude. Vesper is pushing its limit. Nice. That was an unnecessary use of linear strike, but ooh, took a hit. We took another hit. Not ideal. Can't get a second charge of it though, okay. Probably should have saved it for this. That's okay. Always prefer the homing board. Timing gets it now. Numbers aren't key here. The momentum of the attack is also crucial. Paimon's a qualified commander now. Nice. And then the last one in this set, which I think will get us enough for the Star Omen, but I don't know. We'll see. If not, we'll work on some other things, I guess. Oh gosh, sorry, I can't focus on flying and also read what they're talking about. Oh boy. That was close. Think we missed one? No, never mind, we didn't. Oh. And now it's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up. E for Vesper! Easy moto. Easy peony. Oh boy. He got a little greedy. This always happens in these side-scrolling shoot-em-ups. Also, the fact that it's scrolling right to left does not help. Like, seriously, what is wrong with you? Why do you hate your players? They could have had us go along the other side, and then they could still have that Mondstadt background. Looking down at Mondstadt from this height sounds really fun. Once Vesper grows stronger, maybe it can carry us that high too. I doubt it. I mean, I've been up this high. Oh boy. See, but Tuho trained me with these top-down vertical scrollers. I say that, and then I miss the easiest dodge in the world. What's this now? Oh! All of the buff. It just lasts for the entire rest of the vertical scrolling section, doesn't it? La la la. La 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 la. Aerial battle above Mondstadt ends in victory. It's like the Knight's Falcon to do way more. Okay. Fighting small monsters is also no challenge at all. Oh, whoops. No, 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 I did not. Is it that? We didn't fail it. We accidentally went back into it. There's a difference. We're in fact successful. Alright. $80 for each. Yes, that's actually gonna be just enough. Gimme. So we get this. 600, and then 700. Phantasmal Gift, Star Omen. In principle, many phenomena in this world can be called images. Therefore, the image you glimpsed in the crystal ball can, in a sense, be considered an extension of physical reality. In short, even if Alice and Nicole don't acknowledge it, hydromancy is still very much a real thing. Alright. And of course... So, how do we do this? The very first weapon skin available outside of Stygian Onslaught. Now, can other Catalyst users use it while she's using it? I'm curious as to this. Yes. So I guess we can just filter Catalyst. And even though never gonna use her. Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah. That makes it a lot easier. All of the Catalyst users are using it now. Hey! Let me refill that mug for you. There you go. Now let's go ahead and refill some more mugs. Claymore and musket. Oh gosh, I wanted to guess, but Oh.
So you're looking after the drink stand now. If I'd known sooner, I would have stopped by this morning.
Isn't it a little... Wouldn't that have been a little early? Thanks to your support. Anytime you need a drink, I'm here to serve.
I've got to say, I'm getting curious. I've heard a lot about your mixology skills. I wonder what kinds of drinks you can mix with the ingredients Glenfiddich has prepared.
You seem busy. You've been working extra hard lately, haven't you?
I don't have much of a choice. It's just one thing after another right now. First off, the Knights of Favonius annual combat assessment is coming up. And this year, the standards are higher than ever. As the captain of the reconnaissance company, I have to lead by example. At the very least, I need to rank as one of the top 3 captains in the practical portion. So, I've been intensifying my training lately.
So that's your style, huh? It's my first time seeing this side of you as a captain.
Being a descendant of sinners means I have to work hard to maintain my position. I'll have you know I've never once neglected my duties.
Never said you did.
On top of all that, my duel with Miss Clorand required a lot of focus and energy.
Hi!
Learning how to turn defense into attack and seize the
Mr.
initiative
Psycho.
when facing a combined assault from sword and musket.
How are things going for
Even
you?
now, I'm still chewing through the details. But in the end, the exchange went well, and both parties learned a great deal. Never mind writing reports from 6 different perspectives, I feel like there's enough worth mentioning to write 24 of the things.
Sounds like you could do with a very stiff drink. Sounds like you could do with something to replenish a very stiff drink.
I sure could. Anything that'll perk me up would be welcome. I'll leave the details to you.
So, okay. I mean, alcohol is depressant, so a very stiff drink is the opposite of something that would give energy. Might be a good idea to mix her a twinkling starlight. Fruit wine. Fizzy water. And some wolf hooks. Chop these up. Cut the ingredients into small bits. Ooh. You know, I'm kind of wondering what would happen if we failed, but at the same time, my pride does not let me fail. Aromatic goblet. Yeah, that's actually the one I was thinking of. I was thinking either this or the classic Tempest goblet. One with a stem and a tall... You just finished the non-cry Archon quest? Well, congratulations. I mean, there's still a whole lot of story left to get through. Story quests and hangout quests and world quests. Or are you more referencing the specific story of the Archon quest? What's going on there? This special cocktail was inspired by the stunning vistas over Cider Lake beneath the starry sky. Both its color and flavor hint at a refreshing nature, but those with a lighter tolerance should be careful of its lingering kick.
One twinkling starlight for Captain Eula. Hope you like it.
Judging by your confident tone, I'm certain I will. Well then, I'll make sure to savor this thoroughly. Huh.
Alright, how is this one trash?
Sweet and tingly, with a delightful airiness. The fizzy water really brings it to life. I suddenly feel full of vim and vigor. But just one glass doesn't quite scratch the itch. How about something with a bit more bite?
She wouldn't be a monster if just one was enough. Not strong enough for you? Looking for something with more of a kick?
Don't hold back. You don't need to worry about putting me on the floor with nothing but a couple of drinks.
Let's chat while I decide. Just making it stronger won't cut it. I need to rewrite the recipe from scratch. Let's chat while I decide.
Works for me. The first company hasn't assigned me any paperwork for tonight, so I'm free to catch up and try your new creations at my leisure.
Drink on the table. Distant snow mountain. Is that supposed to be about Dragonspine? Why are we referring to it as Distant Snow Mountain? Okay. It's been a while since we last saw each other. You've been stationed near Dragonspine this whole time?
Yes, I have. For a while, the situation there was difficult. A gang of outlaw engineers was messing about with some sort of mechanism control technology. attempting to manipulate ruin graders so they could rob merchant caravans. To make
It's
matters
quite a
worse,
bittersweet tale.
several veteran knights who had been stationed at Dorman Port were transferred to my squad, and they weren't happy to be taking orders from that Lawrence girl. Leading them on this mission was quite eventful. It took 3 weeks of stealth operations in the snow, with
Mostly
no
better.
fires to keep us warm, before we finally located the enemy's stronghold. Those veteran knights faced the bitter cold and were almost taken down by the enemy's smuggled battle mechs. Fortunately, the battle went our way.
There are some leaks, by the way, that be a bit of a spoiler regarding the ending of that quest. If you want, I can tell you. One of the more bitter aspects might be a little bit more tolerable, or a little bit not bitter at all, really. Sorry you had to deal with that. Did you catch a cold? I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Me? I'm completely fine. But thank you for your concern. It was mentally tiring for sure. But fortunately, the operation wore them down far more than it did me. They won't
Hi,
be
Lego
questioning my
Inventor.
authority again anytime soon. If any new
All right.
recruits try to make my life difficult,
I
I'll
will
just
not-
have my
I will not
veterans
share any
give them a few
spoilers.
friendly pointers. I guess you could call them a permanent solution, huh?
Restoration required. Okay. Eating on duty. What do you usually eat when you're busy?
If you want to know what I've been eating recently, I'd better start by mentioning the logistics company's latest revolution.
Ooh,
They
have
launched a
MREs
quiet
come to
improvement
Teyvat?
initiative and started distributing a form of standardized canned food to knights operating in the wilderness. In the past, we only had dry rations. Every mealtime we had to set up pots and...
Well, there's a character that's coming that a lot of people suspect is going to be
In all honesty,
like his top support.
now we just need to
Not in the next update,
rations
but
comprising
in a
of
future
5
update.
cans and 9 paper
Uh,
packages.
Like
We can
maybe
heat the cans by
2 or 3
campfire,
updates from now.
and we're ready to eat.
So there is that. Plus, Furina does rerun every version. I have her at C2. She's my first limited banner C2 character. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get her. Also, I don't think I haven't heard people saying that Furina is necessary for him. I've mostly heard Bennett being necessary for Varka. And who else? Bennett and Durin. From what I've heard. Now me, I'm gonna be. I pulled for Varka just a few times. I think I did 30 pulls for Varka. I would love to have him, but I kind of need Escoffier, and I need the limited 5-star that's gonna become. Well, I don't actually need the limited 5-star that's coming up. Okay. This is not really spoiler because it's not really related to the story. But Zibai, her current best team is her, Columbina, Goro, and Elua. But of course, you can't have a character from version 2 being useful. That would just be crazy. So Goro's place is going to be replaced by another character, a 5-star who's coming out in the next version, and she's going to be a lunar crystallized support. And so I'm going to be pulling for her. But as of this time right now, I actually tested it last night. My Zibai team is my strongest team by far. I think my Veressa team, which was previously my best team, my Veressa Electrocharge team. No, it was a Veressa Overload team that I tried. That was my best team. It was like 85k DPS. But my Zibai team managed to get up to 110k, which is ridiculous. Instead, hyper-carried by his supports. I mean, isn't that technically what every hyper-carry is? In a lot of ways. Especially these days. For example, Skirk. Right? She's supposed to be carried by Escoffier. I've been able to do okay with Charlotte, my C0 Charlotte, but it's not ideal. I mean, I can't even burst all the time with Charlotte. I can't even get a guaranteed burst, which I guess I should switch her over to Fav or whatchamacallit, Prototype Amber. Sounds like it if you got him on Capturing Radiance. I mean, it not so much that it was a lucky pull, but more that you've been having a lot of bad luck. Hopefully that turns around. Actually, I have a theory that the Genshin RNG is streaky. So normally, let's say you roll a 10-sided die, right? And if you get a 2 the first time you roll it, well, the chance of getting a 9 is 1 out of 10. The chance of getting 1 is 1 out of 10. The chance of getting 10 is 1 out of 10 the next time you roll it. So your first roll has no bearing on your next rolls. But the way random number generators work, it's algorithms. And a lot of random number generator algorithms are streaky, which means that, let's say you get a 2, random number generator. Then you're actually more likely to get a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4, or, some cluster near the bottom than you are to get, say, a 10. If we're going, say, for 1 to 10. And I think that Genshin... So a lot of these streaky random number generators are included in games just because developers are lazy. But I think in Genshin's case, it's intentional. Because if you think about it, when you pull for a character, when do you stop? You stop when you get that character. Which means that you're pulling when you're in a bad luck period of the streaky random number generator more, and pulling when you're in a good luck period less. Because if you get in the first 10 pull, then you stop and you save for the next character. Which I'm not saying you shouldn't do, but... So I'm pretty sure that the Genshin... So it's a way of basically having, on paper, the odds being what they are, what they state them to be, but in practice, people having to pay more per character. Hold on. I'm reading the messages. Savings for Skirk, any tip for building her? I mean, just... well, you don't need ER. Obviously. I mean, just crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, and cryo damage. Obviously, she works best on pure freeze teams, which I'm sure you know. So, yeah. Banners, limited 5 stars. Yeah, so... So, the strategy is that you kill elite enemies until you get a 4-star artifact drop and a purple material drop. And then you start pulling. Now, this only lasts for, maybe 40 or 50 pulls. But I had, ridiculous luck when I was pulling for Columbina and Anefa. I got Columbina on 20 pulls, on 20 pity. Won my 50-50. Then I pulled for Anefa. I lost the 50-50, but I got a 5-star in another 20 pulls. It was a copy of Jean. And then I continued pulling, and that's why I think that it's, it doesn't last long, the good luck period. Anyway. Hey, yeah! They do have MREs. Sounds pretty convenient. Sounds like there isn't a downside. No, there's no downside to MREs.
You did say sounds like, right? Our canned food supplier has quite the stellar reputation, and their regular meals are indeed quite good. The problem is, in order to meet
but I don't know, when I'm...
standards,
So I didn't do this for Varka,
way too salty.
but I will be
Device captain
doing
of
this
the
for
system,
Escoffier.
who has a
Now, that
somewhat
said, I should
dry
point out,
humor.
when I was pulling for Zavai,
Say, this food's bad
not
enough to
great
bring
luck.
the wrath of Liyue so
It's not
much.
guaranteed to work.
In any case,
Because
after
even if
eating
you're
for a
in a
week,
good luck
my
period,
taste
you
buds
can
are
have,
completely numb.
dips into bad luck, right? Or even if you're in a bad luck period, you can have peaks into good luck. So you might be in a bad luck period and then have a peak of good luck, and then you get those double. The reason why it's a double drop is to reduce the chances that it's just a spike. Because when I was pulling for Zabai, I was going just for 4-star artifact. That's it. And that didn't work out too well. So I have adjusted my methodology. But, I mean, based off of my experience when trying to pull for Zabai, it certainly seems like the random number generator is very streaky. I mean, just the sheer number of elite boss or elite enemies that I had to kill to get a 3-star artifact or a purple material drop was ridiculous. Is it really that bad?
You can hardly blame the logistics company. After all, it is hard to please everyone.
I don't
Our
think
feedback
that's
has
the
already
issue
been
for
submitted. We
MREs.
should be working on fixing the issue. Of course, having fresh meals prepared in camp by a dedicated company chef is still the best option.
Too many cans of salted food, so no salt, I guess. I'm just wondering, that bottle you're carrying, is it imported fruit juice?
That's right. The merchant I got it from called it Romaritime flower fruit extract. It has a very unique smell. Here, have a bottle.
You've been drinking a lot of this lately? Why carry it around? Because she's staying hydrated. It's very important.
Oh, it's a necessary courtesy. In that book Miss Magistus lent me, The Blade Dancer, 20 Years On, it says, after a duel, a Fontanian swordsman will politely invite their defeated opponents to a banquet. To properly play host to Miss Clorand, I searched for quite some time to locate a rare goods merchant in Dorman Port who sold this juice.
Trying to get Vorka's weapon. Oh, no. No. Oh, gosh. Pulling on the weapon banner. I never pull on the weapon banner unless I can get it guaranteed. Unless I have 140 pulls, I think it is, saved up or more. And the only signature weapon that I have, the only signature limited weapon that I have, is Nahida's little lamp thing. Because, I mean, it's just painful to lose the 50-50 and then just get nothing. Losing the 50-50 and then losing the 50-50 for the other weapon. It's rough. I'm Aether. Which I recognize is actually not the meta pick. I did not know that. But then again, how many people actually use the Traveler in teams, other than to beat the Natlin weekly boss? Oh yeah, you have to defeat that wolf guy, the local legend in Nodcry, and then you touch the claymore, and there's another boss fight. 160 pulls, okay. I mean, I wasn't planning on pulling on the weapon banner anytime soon. And that actually is probably one of the reasons why my Mavuika is so weak compared to my Veressa, is because Veressa has Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds, whereas Mavuika only has Serpent's Spine. I don't have a 5-star Claymore. And Arlecchino, because she has an R2 Dragon Wing Spear, she's actually very, very close to Mavuika's DPS. Yeah, Vorka's weapon is kind of essential for him. Like, it's a massive power buff. But, like Lego says, not a good idea to pull on the weapon banner unless you have a guarantee. I'm the opposite, actually, with the Nefer versus Lauma. I have Lauma, I don't have Nefer. I actually should probably pull for Nefer simply because I need a Dendro DPS. My Dendro main DPS choices are Nahida and Tainari. That's not great. Sounds like something out of a story.
I had my doubts at first, too. But Amber said something that makes a lot of sense. She said that even if this custom doesn't really exist, following it still shows I've made an effort to understand Fontaine's cultural heritage. Besides, who doesn't like trying new things, right?
That's the strategy, right?
At our post-training banquet.
This is why lowball is such a popular poker variant. I do like me a little stud 8. Eating too many cans of salty food. Obviously. Eh. Eula brought up the canned rations she's been issued with recently. Apparently, they're so salty they've left her taste buds numb. With that in mind, I should probably remove star salt from the mix. If Eula sees a coating of salt on the rim of her glass, it make her feel faint. Exploration required. With how demanding her duties in Dragonspine have been, Eula probably hasn't had time to fully recover. To help Eula replenish her strength, I can replace the cool-tasting wolf hooks with some warm cocoa. Well, there is caffeine in chocolate, which is why I'm not having any. Yeah, you got Tainari, yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Tainari is probably one of the best standard banner characters there is. Probably one of the best standard banner characters, if not the best. Which it pains me to say that, as someone who was hoping to use Daya. I actually pulled for her on the limited banner, by the way, when she was on it. Only to, I think my next 2 standard banner characters. I don't remember if I was pulling on the standard banner or if I lost 50-50s to be. I'm pretty sure it was the next 2 to be Daya, and she's at C5 now, so kind of a mistake to pull her on the limited banner. Yeah, that's right. Especially now that she's a Hexen Circle character, Mona is definitely pretty darn good. But Tainari is still like not terrible as a Dendro main DPS. It's just I would like a little bit more power. And I do have Lauma and I do have Columbina. That said, I don't have any Hydro or Dendro healers or shielders worth much of anything. So, but I guess her teams are not limited solely to pure Bloom teams, so I could probably bring Zhongli or I was gonna say Xilonen, but no, not on that team because her healing wouldn't work on that team. But yeah, I can bring a healer or Zhongli. Only standard banner Chi-Chi. Yeah, she I think she's the worst standard banner character. Even Yume Mizuki has a theoretical use as an electrocharge enabler. Chi-Chi, she just can't do anything. That said, I have a team. I'll show you the team when we're done with this. That I'm planning on building, and I'm hoping will work. But we'll see. A memorable experience. This latest experience seems to be something worth remembering for Eula. She find a way to reflect that in her drink. I can probably tease out some threads of inspiration from our discussion and then try to piece them all together. Well, obviously the unusual juice, right? Understand. Oh, let's go with the unusual juice. Had some special Romaritime flower fruit extract with her, and she gave me a bottle to keep. She really likes the fresh fruity flavor. I could probably find a way to incorporate it into her drink. Although that said, I think the time for this team probably would have been around the time that Kanich, around the time they were doing the Kanich, what's it called? The shell mechanics for Kanich. Really? 3 years of no Chi-Chi. There are so many players who would kill for that. Every region has its own signature flavors, and the sword techniques of Mondstadt and Fontaine have their own distinct character too. I need to find out what Eula thinks. Maybe I should chat with her some more? Okay. Sparring mindset. How do you feel after your contest?
Oh my. To be honest, before we crossed swords,
Chi-Chi is just so
I was really
adorable.
eager, but also
You
a
know?
little nervous.
He's
Miss
the most
Cloran's
adorable little
battle
zombie.
comes from the mysterious Marechaussee hunters. In the library, there are some old Fontanian newspapers from hundreds of years
Mr.
ago
Psycho,
that
did
inform
you,
of
did
how
you do
formidable
the
an organization it was.
Lantern Rite
A
event?
recent newspaper claimed that Miss Clorand was an orphan from an underwater kingdom, and that before battle she would perform rituals inviting
Orphan
spirits
from
to
an
possess her
underwater
sword.
kingdom?
Certainly, from my own experiences, Miss
I
Clorand's abilities
forget what they were
more
called.
than match those descriptions.
The Roman dudes. The Greco-Roman dudes under Fontaine. To the Fontanian Sea. Such a historic showdown deserves an extra special cocktail. Shall we commemorate it with a sword-themed drink?
Incorporating elements of swordsmanship into a drink. Huh. Certainly a creative idea, I'll give you that. A commemorative cocktail at a time like this sounds nice, but how do you plan to express something like
I mean, that's
swordsmanship
just the
in a
game,
drink?
you know? Yeah. From what I've seen, Fontanian fighters armed with rapiers excel at thrusting attacks. They put a high price on precision and sustained pressure.
That definitely matches the description I read in that book.
If I were to compare them to a drink, I'd say they're like coffee, bullet fruit, ice wine, or Mondstadt fruit wine. They may not overwhelm your senses, but they refuse to fade away. In fact, the first drink you tried had a fruit wine base.
That's right. You really know your stuff. I doubt there's
I was
anyone
the one
else
who
in
mixed
all
the
of Teyvat
drink.
who could come up with such a perfect
Oh.
metaphor.
Talking about the metaphor. I mean, look, would I rather never lose 50-50? Sure. Oh wait, your swordsmanship is different though. Lead dancer with claymore, guiding your blade through big sweeping arcs. You only need one hit to unleash an avalanche of destruction. In other words, your style emphasizes forceful impact at the moment of contact.
There's no need to make it sound so fancy. It's just an aristocratic variant of Favonius bladework, with a bit of personal flair.
But anyway, yeah. So you're more like a strong spirit that hits the senses hard and then leaves a clean, icy aftertaste without lingering flavors.
Firewater. In recent years, firewaters gained popularity the world over, following in the wake of prosperous Snezhnayan merchants. These days,
Anyway,
almost every
I would
has
prefer to never lose a
listed
50-50,
as
but
base.
I'm gonna lose a 50-50 anyway. And I don't use standard mana characters all that much, so then we found the perfect solution together.
You really are good. Why don't we try replacing the fruit wine with firewater? As
Lens.
for the
Another one I'm
alcohol,
lacking,
that's
but
not
I do have an Effa.
Plenty of the expedition team may have drunk themselves senseless with firewater, but me, I'm full of confidence.
Okay. Piece together the clues. Oh my goodness. Every nation's fighting style is different, and then we're gonna... I think I can represent this in the mouthfeel of Eula's drink. The obvious conclusion is to swap out the fruit wine for firewater. To match the big sweeping arcs of her sword fighting, a small cup won't cut it. We need something a little heftier. Okay, is that good? Yeah, don't use a small glass. Okay, finally ready to go. Alright, I think that's all I need. I know exactly how to prepare your next cocktail.
Brilliant. I'm looking forward to seeing how you do.
I mean, firewater, it's just vodka. That's what it's supposed to be. That's the name. That's what it means. And, I mean, they do talk about alcohol a lot. That's not unusual in this game. Maritime flower juice. Not unusual to be loved by anyone. Not unusual. it. The something with anyone. Yeah, let's go with the small pieces, because I'm a little distracted at the moment, and that doesn't seem like it's any easier than the small bits. My Electro main DPS that I use at all is Veressa. Man, when I first started, there was this guy who came into my game with Raiden Shogun and just completely trounced all of the bosses with her, and I thought it was so cool. And I went hard for Raiden Shogun. I was like, that's gonna be the character that I'm going for. My first 5-star was Ganyu, by the way, just for the record, just so we're clear. Raiden Shogun was not my first 5-star, but I was going for her. I mained her for a very long time. Shake hard. But now, I mean, she's pretty much unusable. Hopefully when they buff in Izuma characters, then she will dominate once more. Medium or large goblet? I'm gonna go with the classic Tempest goblet. Ugh. Any objections? I think it's gotta be this one. This one is just so fitting. Well, it's not just a winery. There's Diona, whose entire character is built around alcohol, and the fact that she wants them to she wants people to stop drinking alcohol. And then there's Venti, who's always drunk, who always wants to be drinking more. Well, Diona's father, who is just straight up alcoholic of the worst kind. Like, he drinks a little bit and he completely blacks out, and he just doesn't, he completely forgets what's going on. 5 copies of Flints. You have Flints at C5 or C4? My goodness, man. Yeah, that's the rule. That's the rule of every account. You have to get all the Archons. If you don't get all the Archons, you are a fake Genshin player. I have all the Archons so far, and I also want to get all of the oh gosh, what are the names? The Fatui. Oh my goodness, I want to get all the Fatui Harbingers. And I also want to get all the Natlan heroes. I have all of the Natlan heroes except for one. Except for Seat Lolly. That's another weakness of my account. No Animo main DPS. Which, yeah, it would have been nice to get Vorka. I think the only Animo main DPS that I have that isn't a 4-star is Venti. And that's only if there's another Hex and Zirkel character in the team. C4R2 Flints. Oh my goodness. I mean, he's a pretty cool guy, don't get me wrong, but my goodness. Well, he doesn't necessarily run from work to go drink. He does, a little bit, but he's also willing to sacrifice his time drinking for his men, which I think is pretty cool. Mualani is really good. She really wants to be on a vape team. I think it's reverse vape. The problem is that there just is not... I mean, okay, so now there's Durin. And there's Yongling. And there's also Mawika. But if you have Mawika, you're not going to be using her on a Mualani team. So she wants to reverse vape. Or is it forward vape? I don't remember which is the one where you apply the pyro and then you... let me see. But the thing is, she doesn't hit enemies a whole lot. So she doesn't need a whole lot of off-field pyro. But she does need some. Yes, not getting Capturing Radiance. Oh my goodness. No wonder you were able to get C4 R2 Flins. My goodness. Medium or large? Oh, goblet. Okay, fine. That doesn't count as a goblet. Yeah. The only problem... So the problem that I have with Mualani is that it is so easy for her to just get screwed over. By luck or getting hit, and it's just painful. I'd like to know more about small lamp grass. What do you think? I think the small lamp grass is the way to go. No, that's not it. It's forward vape, or well, not forward. So not forward vape. So forward vape or forward melt. It's so okay. When you apply cryo, you need to apply twice as much cryo as pyro. But when you apply hydro, you only need half as much hydro as the pyro in order to keep the cryo or the hydro aura on the enemy, so that you can consistently vape or melt. And so forward refers to one of those, where you know you need twice as much of the off-field element as the on-field element, and then reverse refers to the other. But I don't remember which one is which. But yeah, so when you vape with Mualani, you need twice as much pyro as you apply hydro. But because Mualani only applies hydro very rarely, you know, you don't need a whole lot of off-field pyro. I don't necessarily agree that she's a single target. Like, yes, she does do damage to a single target most of the time, but it's a lot easier to build up those her 3 pips, whatever they're called. I forget what the stacks are called. It's a lot easier to build those 3 up when there are multiple enemies, so you can just run through all of them and then boom, run through all of them, boom. Seafoam Sword Song. Based on a twinkling starlight, this novel cocktail was concocted specifically for Eula. Eula's swordsmanship is like a whirling waltz. She strikes with the force of an avalanche, yet her finishing flourishes are clean and elegant. This bold approach is reflected in her drink preferences. To match her style, the drink you prepare combines ice-pure firewater, romaritime flower juice, steeped in commemorative meaning, and restorative cocoa to replenish her energy and banish fatigue, creating a true dance of flavors. Since this blend is inspired by the Spindrift Knight's dancing blade, Seafoam Sword Song felt like the perfect name.
Here's your all-new Seafoam Sword Song, mixed to meet your personal preferences.
Oh my, what beautiful colors. And you even added my romaritime.
Well, no, what I mean is that she builds them up faster because they build up every time she hits an opponent while she's on her surfboard.
Perfect. And I can smell.
And so, if there's 3 enemies, you can build up them all. You can build up all 3 stacks instantly just by going through all of them. Whereas if there's only 1 enemy, you have to kind of do this whole wiggle thing, which takes a lot longer. Oh yeah. Can't wait to hear what you think.
Give me a moment to come up with the right words.
It always cracks me up that the liquid does not move at all as they tilt the glass.
And a proper connoisseur would savor their drink slowly.
Chug, 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 chug.
Too good to be true. Can you
doesn't
me
move at all. Of course. Feel free to order as many as you like. How many do you want? 2? 3? Feel free to order as many as you like. And so Eula, lost in friendly conversation, drank 3 seafoams. Oh no.
No, what was I going to say? I've completely lost my train of thought.
Oh yeah, she can handle it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever. I feel fantastic. This cocktail. Oh, it's the best I've ever had.
I think someone should probably escort you home. Back to the Knights of
I'm gonna
Thonius
head home
headquarters.
and get some sleep.
You think you maybe had one too many? Maybe I should have gone easier with the fire water.
Don't worry about me. This is the happiest tipsy I've been in years. I'm still far from being drunk. By the time I've written up those reports for my exchange with Miss Clarend, I'll have been on duty for 3 months straight.
Yeah.
Jean, the acting grandmaster. Isn't it about time she gave me some time off? I won't be forgetting this injustice in a hurry. You mark my words.
Yeah, probably should be helping her home. This is not a good idea to leave her on her own devices, I don't think. Alright, oh, right, I was gonna show you the Chi-Chi team that I had designed. Let's see. Hot Pocket. So it's got Fiorina, Nahida, Bennett, and Chi-Chi. So the idea is we get the blooms, right? And then Bennett is C6. And so he infuses Chi-Chi's strikes with fire. With pyro. And then Chi-Chi, she's the healer of the team, in addition to Bennett, I guess, for Fiorina. And that's my Chi-Chi team. That would hopefully not be terrible. But I think it would probably be terrible no matter what. Oh, and this is my Sleepy Girls team, which I don't actually use. It's just they're all very sleepy. And I think that's adorable. Let me tell you something though. Layla, oh my goodness.
The night is cold.
I love this. I love that animation so much. How can you not? How can you not love that animation? Independent Arlecchino. Oh boy. Tell me more. Meditations on mixology. The sweet, sour, and smoky taste of steel. Well, fortunately, we had such a nice time chatting it up. Complete 10 domain challenges. I guess the shoot 'em up counted for that. Hey, that's been like nice. I'm gonna wait a bit more for Lego. Tell me, for you to tell me about the independent Arlecchino team. See if we can't find Eula in the meantime. Get her home a little bit safer. Okay. Back to my friendship farm team. So, I'll go ahead and point it out for you, so that you know where it is. Arlecchino, Chongyun, Candace, and Bennett C6. What? I am very confused. Okay, I believe it's this guy. Yeah, so that Claymore right there. That's what it is. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and fight this guy. If we can, actually. I seem to recall I had to have a special team for him last time. But Zabai has a lot more defense now. So she should be able to tank things a little bit easier.
Defensive mode engaged.
Are you kidding me? What a jerk. Oh, pyro or electro reactions. Okay. Oh. Pyro electro swirl reactions. Oh. Fortunately, did not bring any ammo. But I mean, if you've got Varka, you're probably gonna be doing lunar, or you're probably gonna be doing pyro swirl. So should be fine.
Installation chamber deployed.
What compels you?
Did he just?
Too late to call for backup?
Yeah. So he just completely erased enough of shield as soon as she procced it. So yeah, I'm gonna go if you don't mind. But anyway, that's the claymore. That's where the claymore is. So make sure to bring pyro swirl. Anyway, yeah. So time for me to get going because I gotta get to bed. Yeah. From that, it was fun hanging out with both of you, Lego and Psycho, Mr. Psycho. Sorry. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And I hope you guys have a good night. And I will see you later.